denying your heritage. It's not just, oh no, I don't think you denying your heritage and who you are. And everything that comes with it. Go ahead.
Showed them his judgment. Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory.
Right, drop down to 17.
Verse 17. For in the division of the nations.
For in the divisions of the nations. Right? Meaning what? The Lord divided all the nations. Right? Right? And the Lord always did this. This is not a new thing. It's not something you only see in the Apocrypha. You read it in the New, you read it in the Old Testament, and you read it in the New Testament. That's right. That's right. Right? Even when you read Deuteronomy chapter 32, the Lord will tell you He divided the sons of Adam. That's right. You understand? Read.
For in the divisions of the nations of the whole earth, He set a ruler over every people.
So every people had a ruler. Every people had somebody that they was going, you understand, look to.
Right.
Read.
But Israel is the Lord's portion.
It said, but Israel is the Lord's portion, right? Meaning, who are we supposed to look to? We're supposed to look to the Most High, right? We're supposed to look to the Lord. We're supposed to look, you understand, to whoever He set up, right? Other than that, we're not supposed to look towards these different things. It don't make sense. Why are we looking to Muhammad?
Right.
Why are we doing that? When nowhere in the Old Testament is it talking about Muhammad. And don't go to Deuteronomy 18 and 18 is going to be a real, very, very bad thing. It's going to be a very bad thing. Right? So we all,
Whom being his firstborn, He nursed with discipline, and giving him the light of His love, who would not forsake Him.
right? Let's sit on that, right? Good second.
Book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Bring it out.
As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain hope in our watching. We have watched for a nation that cannot save us.
See that? And that's what happened. But you want to know what that saving they thought is that a lot of people thought it was? Right? Look at a lot of people who got saved. And they gave you the ultimatum of what you either go yes or you go convert over to Islam like they did like before was it? They tell you that you can't enslave them. So what would they do? They eat a hostage. They said, you can learn to do it. Guess what? That's how you got it. Right? So that's still what they remember as that saved. Right? Look for a nation that cannot save them. Right? So these different things, people got to understand. We got to look into the Most High God. Right? And stop looking to these other beings that the Lord set up for the other nations, not for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right?
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 17, and verse number 17.
You know.
Then Abraham fell up on his face and laughed, and said in his heart, till a child be born unto him that is 100 years old, and shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? And Abraham said to Yahweh, oh, that Ishmael. Oh, that Ishmael.
Right? Ishmael, you got it. Nothing wrong with that. Right? We're never going to sit up here and say, you're not going to say, I would never say, oh, Esau didn't get a blessing. We're going to get a blessing. We're going to get a blessing. Right? There's nothing wrong with getting a blessing, man. We got to stop thinking that a blessing means salvation.
Right.
That's the thing. Too many people that think, oh, a blessing, oh, that means it. No. That don't mean that. Right? Even the Lord told you in the book of, Sirach. Actually, go to the book of, go to 2nd Ezra. Chapter, actually, I'm going to Sirach. Go to Sirach chapter 9. Start at verse 9.
Bring it out.
Sirach 9.
The book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 9.
Now, hold on, brother. You good.
Sit not at all with another man's wife.
Sirach 9, I'm going to see the notes chapter 9.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Then shall they be in pitiful case, right? Which now have abused my ways. They that have cast them away, despitefully shall dwell in torment.
What's going on? Take a flower first.
Such as is our life, have received bitterness.
Of course I want. What's going on? Can you take a flower? It's just a YouTube channel, Go to Chart History. Right behind. Oh, okay. I'll praise the Most High. Right. Go ahead.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Then they shall be in pitiful case, which now have abused my way. And they that have cast them away, despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Right? It said, them that had cast them away shall.
Stayed on the pride. I'm trying to seek the kingdom. I'm trying.
You gotta change the line. You gotta change the line to the mode. Mode on put on line. Hey, at least it's true music.
Hey, you said I'm trying to get the kingdom, man.
Hey, yeah.
Praise to the Most High. Look, right? Somebody listening to the Truth Seeker, man. Right? Somebody listening to the Truth Seeker. Right? But, right, let's bring it out.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Then they shall be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. They that have cast them away, despitefully shall dwell in torment.
I said, those that they that cast my ways away, they shall be, hey, it's not going to be well with us. If you cast the ways of the Lord away from you, it's not going to be a good thing. Read.
For such as in their life have received benefit.
It's the point. It said, for such as in their life have received benefits. Right? A lot of people receive benefits, man. What's another word for a benefit? Blessing.
Right.
Read about all throughout the scriptures. Right? So the Lord is telling you what? It said, the Lord said, them same people who despise my word, in their life, they receive benefits. That means what? In their life, those same people, you understand, that cast those words on, they receive blessings too.
All right.
So don't get it misconstrued and think that a blessing means salvation, because that's not the case.
Right.
Right? Read.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Not what?
And have not known me.
They have received benefits and have not known me. Read.
Right.
And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
See that? Right? So the point that I wanted in that is, don't get a blessing and you see Esau got a blessing. Does that mean the Lord dealing with Esau? Or Ishmael got a blessing. Does that mean the Lord dealing with him? Or whoever. Right? You read down Matthew 15 and 21, all hell break loose. You read that account. For some people. What the Lord gave the Canaanite woman a blessing, she must have salvation. No. Right? So let's keep things in perspective. Right? That's why it's important to go precept upon precept.
Right.
Right? Not read it like a Harry Potter book. Right? But let's go back to this. Now,
It's the book of Genesis 17 in verse number 17. It reads thus. Did Abraham, there upon, well, 18. Did Abraham say unto Yahweh, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee? And Yahweh said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. Thou wilt establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
right? Read on.
Read on. It says, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and multiply him exceedingly, so a prince shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation.
The Lord said all these things about Ishmael. He said, I will make him a great nation. I'm going to give him 12 princes shall he beget, so on and so forth. Right? But let's keep reading. There's going to be a large but in there.
Right.
But my covenant will I establish with Isaac.
It said, but my covenant I'm going to establish with Isaac, man. Right? It didn't say, you know what, they're going to share a covenant together. No. It's one got a blessing and the other one got what? The covenant, man. You understand? And that covenant, hey, if you ain't get that covenant, right? Sayonara, man. They ain't got nothing, the Lord ain't got nothing for you for real. You understand? Read.
I will establish what I established with Isaac, but Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. And he left off talking with him, and Yahweh went up to Abraham.
Now let's go to 21.
The book of Genesis, chapter 21, in verse number 9, and it reads thus. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, and the Egyptian.
So it said what? Sarah, right? Our foremother, man. Right? Our righteous foremother. Right? She seen Hagar, man. Right? She seen damn Ishmael, man. Spirit kind of hopped on her when she seen it. Read.
When she had born unto Abraham mocking, wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bond man, cast out this bond woman in her son.
Cast out this slave woman and her son, man. Right? People forget what the word bond means. Right? I mean bondage. You understand? Shut up. Right? Bound. Right? So he said, what she said, essentially what she said, they cast out this slave woman, man. Get her up out of here, man. Her time is done. She did what she was supposed to do. Now get her up out of here, man. Read.
In her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir.
Shall not be what?
Shall not be heir
Read.
with my sons.
See that? And she was in the spirit when she said that, man.
Right.
Right? She said, for this bondwoman's son shall not be heir with my son, man. Right? So Ishmael has no inheritance, you understand, with the Most High God.
Right.
He don't have no inheritance with Ishmael, man. Read.
Read on, and it reads thus. And shall not be held with my son, even with Isaac. And this thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight.
Because he felt the way. Right? He felt the way, and that's okay. Right? That's okay. He felt the way, right? That's still his son. Right? But guess what? That's not the son of the promise, though.
Right.
So, hey, it is what it is. And that's basically what she get ready to tell him. What the Lord get ready to tell him, you understand, through his wife. Go ahead.
And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And Yahweh said to Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of thy lad.
The Lord coming down to him now. The Lord speaking unto him and saying what, read?
God, and because of thy bondwoman and all that Sarah have said unto thee, hearken unto her voice.
He said what?
Hearken unto her voice.
See that? The Lord said, hey, hearken unto her voice. Meaning what? Kick him out, man. And he got you know what? I forget what it's called, but they got to go. And he need to get him a stick, get him some sheets, some cloth, put all this stuff in there, and hit the road.
It's
right.
right.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, man. They got to bounce, man.
Hit the road, Jack.
For in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
So the Lord even affirmed this, confirmed it, affirmed it again, man. That, hey, look, I don't have nothing for Ishmael. He got his blessing, now he got to go on somewhere.
See that?
Right? But he will not have an inheritance, you understand? With who? With Isaac, man.
Right.
That covenant, right? All those different things, guess what? They go with him. Read.
Because, and God said to Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of thy lad and because of thy bondwoman. And that Sarah has said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called, and also of the son of the...
Hold on. Read that part one more time.
In all that Sarah has said unto thee, hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac,
For in Isaac
shall thy seed be called.
What does that mean when it says, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called? What does that mean? Well, all it's saying is, yeah, you came from Abraham. But when we talking about your lineage and your seed line, guess who we going to be talking about? Isaac.
right.
He's the one that got the right to that seed line. So anytime you hear Abraham's seed in the New Testament, guess what? It's not talking about Ishmael.
Right.
Included in that. It's not talking about his other 5 sons that he had by the Midianites. Because people think Abraham only had 2 sons, Ishmael and Isaac. Nah, even after that he went and had more children. But you don't never hear nobody talking about them kids though. But guess what? That's not a part of that seed line that you read about in the New Testament. Right? That seed, that Abraham seed, man. What seed line is that talking about? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? That's it. And it is what it is, man. They kind of got to deal with it. Read. Just like how Abraham had to deal with it. Read.
And also the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. And Abraham rose up early in the morning.
See, he'll say because he's thy seed. We just broke that down. Meaning what? Yeah, he's still your son. Right? So yeah, he's gonna get this, but guess what? He's not that inheritable seed line, man. He's not the one that's getting ready. When we talk about this inheritance, when we talk about the covenant, when we talk about your seed line forever and ever and ever being made as the stars of heaven, guess what? He's not included in that. Right? Read on. Right.
And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar.
Right, you see that? So he rose up early in the morning to kick her ass out, right? Got up early in the morning, right? Kind of got her, gave her whatever she needs. So you got to hit the hay, man. Or you got to go, you got to bounce. Right? Read.
Putting it on her shoulder and in the child and send her away.
Say that one more time.
Putting it on her shoulder And the child is sent her away.
See that? She put that stuff, she had that stick with the little stuff in there, she put it on the shoulder, right? She went and did what she had to do, man. Read.
And sent her away, and she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba.
See that? She went and wandered, right? Right? And when you think and when you read, it's not a good thing to be a wanderer, man. Right? The Lord said, right? Lord said, I'll make you to be wanderers among the nations. That's not a good thing. You understand? So she went and guess what? She wandered off that.
Right.
She had to do. Right? Also, when you read earlier than that, man, hey, Sarah put hands on Hagar, man.
Smacked her up.
Right? What's going on, brother? Trying to take a flyer? It's a YouTube channel going into our history, King. You guys chosen people, brother. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Book of Genesis 16, verse 6.
Bring it out.
But Abraham said to Sarah, Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee.
He what it mean? What does that mean? He said, hey, you got it. Whatever you see fit, hey, do that unto her. Read.
And when Sarah dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face.
What?
She
Fled from her face.
Read that part one more time. How she deal with it?
It says, But Abraham said to Sarah, Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. And when Sarai dealt hardly with her,
when Sarai dealt hardly with her, read,
she fled from her face.
Put hands on her, man. Read.
Damn.
And the angel of the Lord found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way of Shur.
Right, sit on that. Right, so we not caring about Ishmael up here, man. Ishmael don't have no inheritance with Isaac. So what for is it to talk about it for? Right. In the topic about heirs, you understand, of the Most High God. Heirs of the promises. What good is Ishmael in this topic? It means it has no relevance whatsoever. Right? Give me that in the book of Sirach chapter 44 and start at 19.
It's the book of Galatians chapter 4 verse 28. It says, Now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise.
Even in the New Testament, they still who?
It says, Now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of the promise.
Even in the New Testament, guess what? They still letting Ishmael know he don't got no inheritance. Right? And Paul was telling them, he said, hey, we are of Isaac, man. Read.
But as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit.
You see that? And what happened? And during the sub-Saharan slave trade, man.
Right.
They persecuted us, man.
Right.
Right? They still persecuting us, man. Right. Still hate us, man. But it's all good. All I gotta do is join the party, man. What nation doing? Right? We understand what it is. Right? Go ahead and bring this up.
The book of Sirach, chapter 44 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
Abraham was a great father of many people.
Right? He was a father of many people, but go ahead.
And glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High, and who was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore he assured him by an oath that he will bless the nations in his seed, and that he will multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from river unto the utmost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise.
With Isaac did he establish likewise.
With Isaac did he establish likewise, man. It didn't say, yeah, and Ishmael also. No, but it said, but with Isaac did he establish likewise, man. Right? It's not hard to be understood. It's only hard to be understood when you go and drink waters out of different cisterns.
Right.
That's when it's hard to understand. Because you got all this damn doctrine and philosophies swarming around in your mind, man, in your belly, man. Right? That shouldn't be there in the first place. Breathe.
With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake, the blessing of all men and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob.
So it went through Abraham to Isaac and to Jacob, man. Right? So no, it ain't no, Ishmael got the inheritance, and it ain't none of that, man. Right? What part does the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans have with the damn Arabs, man? Damn Ishmael. We don't have that with them, man. All they do is let you go and and they take you in and let you be a part of their temple. They give you some name in Arabic. They give you a name in Arabic, and you start speaking a language that you don't know, man.
Right.
Start speaking a language that's not yours, right? A language that the Most High God didn't give to us, man. So what are you doing ultimately? You casting your heritage behind your back, right? That's what you do, right? Give me that and go to the book of Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 3, and give me Jeremiah 6 and 16.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, and verse number 3, and it reads thus.
Bring it out.
Why doest thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievous? For spoiling and violence are before me.
Right, here's the point.
And there are that rise up, strife and contention. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doeth never go forth.
Right, said the law is slack and judgment doeth never go forth, right? Go to the book of Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7, right? Bring this up.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16.
No.
Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
What?
But they said, we will not walk therein.
Right, that's why Jake can't get no rest still, man. Because we keep trying to steady go after what? The ways of the nations, man. We still trying to fiend and go and walk in the ways of the nations that have no part with us, right? That have no part whatsoever with us as a people. Read.
Also, I said, watchmen over you, saying,
Sit on that, right? So the point is, what do our people got to do? Our people got to stop taking heed to these other nations, man.
Right.
We the only nation on the earth that does that.
All right.
No other nation on the earth fully take heed, you understand, to the nations, man, and what they do and what they inherit. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we understand through prophecy and so forth. You got a lot of these nations that follow after America, the great whore of Babylon, right? But our people do it wholeheartedly and blindly, man.
Right.
Right? Esau ain't even got or none of the nations. They don't even gotta persuade our people. Our people just flock after it. Why do our people do that? Because when you don't have a foundation, guess what? You'll go for anything.
Right.
And it's easy. Why? Because you're not looking at your foundation that you did have, if you have one, and you're not questioning the things that's brought to you.
Right.
But when you don't have no foundation, what do you got to look back on and say, nah, that don't sound right? You don't have nothing to look back on. So what? You just gonna go after whatever, man. You gonna go after whatever sounds smooth as butter. Just like you read about in the book of Proverbs chapter 6, man. Right, with the heart. It's going into these doctrines and philosophies, man. Right? But our people don't care about that. Right, read this up. And go to the book of Romans chapter 7. Go to the book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Yeah, I'm on Psalms 19 and 7.
It's the book of
Matter of
Psalms.
fact, let me bring this one out first.
The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 12.
Bring it out.
Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy.
It said, therefore the law is holy and the commandment holy. Meaning what? The law and the commandments are what? Set apart.
Right.
It's different. Meaning what? We're not supposed to be doing the things that these other nations do. We have our own laws, statutes, and commandments that is set apart from everybody else. Therefore the law is holy, the commandment is holy, read.
And just and good.
Just and good, man.
Was then that which is good made death unto me?
Right? That's it on that. So the point is what? Guess what? The laws, statutes, and commandments, that's set apart. What and who is it set apart for? It's set apart for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
That's what it was set apart for. That's how we supposed to be set apart in the first place. We supposed to be set apart not because we can jump the highest, not because we can run the fastest, not because we wear cornrows and dread. But why? We're supposed to be set apart and holy because we keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right, right.
That's what separates you from what? The world, huh? Because without that, guess what? You know, you're the same as them. You're the same as the world. Right? Go ahead and bring this up.
The book of Psalms, the 19 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
Yeah, what?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
People want to follow the law of the Quran.
The law of the Lord.
No, so like, I'm really saying, people will rather follow the law of the Quran than follow the laws that was given unto them from the Most High God. If they say, nah, you know what? These is better. I don't want to keep Day of Atonement, I'd rather keep Ramadan.
See that?
Right? I don't want to grow my beard out because God told me to grow my beard out. I want to grow my beard out because Allah told me to grow it out. Right, and then I'm gonna cut it after every time I get done doing I forget what the name of it is. Right, that's off, man. That's you doing what? What do our people do? They denying their heritage, man. Simple. Ain't no other way around it. And our people love doing what? Denying their heritage, unfortunately. Right? Keep read that one more time.
It's the book of Psalms, for the 19 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
It says, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
You know what?
Converting the soul.
Guess what? These other religions can't convert your soul, man. They can't do it. They can't convert your soul just because you can speak Arabic now. You understand? Just because you've been you pray 3 times a day facing the east, but you praying to Allah, that's not converting your soul, man.
All right.
It's not converting your soul. Read. Give me that in go to Hosea chapter 14 in the last verse. What's going on, family? Hello. Trying to take a flyer for us? It's just a YouTube channel going into our history about who we are. All right, y'all guys show some people, family. All right. Y'all be safe while y'all down here, okay? Y'all want a flyer as well? It's just a YouTube channel going into our history. We forget. Right, we just go through these things based off the Bible, okay? So, yeah, I want that in Hosea chapter 14 in the last verse, right? But the law of the Lord is perfect, man. Doing what?
Converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
What?
Making wise
the simple.
We're not talking about wise because you can do all this other stuff or whatever these other religions teach you. No, we're talking about wise with what godly wisdom. Right? I asked the brother, I said, what's your nationality? I'm from, and it turned into a whole discussion it didn't have to be. Off of a simple question. Right? But guess what? It's true for how you know what your nationality is.
Right.
Right? It's true for how you understanding who you are, where you come from, what's your nationality, what's your heritage. You understand? And not having to go after he said Liberia, he said nigga. Dang, we niggas? Niggas? Hopefully that's not what Islam teaching us, man.
Right.
Right? That we just niggas. Right? Read on. Read that one more time.
No, it's the book of Psalms, 19 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
It says, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure,
Making wise
making wise
the simple.
Right? Making wise the simple, man. Right? Give me that in Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 5. What's going on, King? Trying to take a flyer for us? All right, is this a YouTube channel going into our history? All right, man. You guys chosen people. We the Israelites, right? Go ahead and bring this up.
The book of Hosea, chapter 14 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Who is wise and he shall understand these things.
Yeah, who is wise and he shall understand these things, man. The wise will understand these different things. Read.
Prudent and he shall know them. For the ways of the Lord are right.
He said, for the ways of the Lord are right, man. The ways of Yahweh are right, man. Not the ways of Buddha, Brahma, Shiva, Krishna, Allah, white Jesus, and all the spirituality, Kemet, worshiping the sun. No. It said the ways of Yahweh are right, man. The ways of the Lord are right, man. But our people don't look at it like that. Our people think that that's off. Our people think those ways is different, man. Our people think that those ways, you understand, are not the ways that we should follow after. And that's henceforth the same reason why we're in the position that we're in now as a people. Read.
And the just shall walk in them, but the transgressors shall fall therein.
That the just, guess what? They're going to walk in those ways that's right. They're going to walk in the ways that's right. Right? The just shall walk therein, but what? The transgressors, guess what? They're going to fall by the side. They're going to fall by the wayside. Right? You believe in Christ? Yeah, just keep walking. All white people born into slavery.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So these different things, our people got to get a hold of themselves, man, in these last days. And stop trying to seek after worldly wisdom. Worldly wisdom is part of the reason we're in the position we're in now as a people. Because we wanted to take the wisdom that the other nations had and apply it to ourselves. What is that talking about? The same way how we wanted to worship Molech, man. Right? What's going on, brother? You got that? You going to hit up the email, right? You still got it?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna contact you.
Okay, I'll praise. All right, brother. You guys show some people, brother. You an Israelite, brother.
Oh no, hey.
Huh? Okay, all praises, all praises. All praises. What's going on, King? Can we give you a flyer? Is this a YouTube channel going into our history? Huh? You walking right to it. It's right there. Is this a flyer though, King? Is this a flyer? Yeah. That's what I mean. It's just a flyer. Yeah, that's all. Be safe, brother. You guys chosen people, all right? So, go ahead and bring this up.
Bro, you got a minute?
No, I'm passing by. No, Psalms chapter 1 and verse 5.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and...
Oh, yeah, Proverbs.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 5, and it reads thus.
Nope.
A wise man will hear.
He said what?
A
wise man will hear.
And will increase learning.
Do what?
And will increase learning.
Wise men to hear and increase learning. Go ahead.
And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. To understand a proverb and interpretation the words of the wise.
All right, drop down to verse 7.
Verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom.
They do what?
But fools despise wisdom.
And instruction.
See, that said, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. What wisdom and instruction is it talking about? The instruction of the word of the Lord.
Right.
The wisdom of the word of the Lord. That's that wisdom and instruction that people hate.
Right.
That's that wisdom and instruction that people turn their back on. That's that wisdom and instruction that people say, you know what? That's too hard. I'd rather go over here because I can still smoke a cigarette if I need to. Or I can go over here and I can still pimp my woman out and pop whatever I want. And he's all merciful. Right? Or this is not telling me I can't do this, this, and this, and this, and this. You gotta think about it. It's easy to be in these other religions.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. It's easy.
Right.
It ain't a lot of rules. And Jake kind of built like that. Jake kind of built to not want to follow a lot of rules. As soon as you see a lot of rules, you go, can't do nothing. Huh? Can't do nothing. If a Jake go inside of a restaurant and on the front of the door, right? If all restaurants had to list all their rules out and they went on the front of the door and there was like 20 different rules, right? And then there was a restaurant right next to it that only had 5 rules. Jake wouldn't even read the whole list of rules. Jake would just go to the one that only got 5. Because they know, they're like, you know what, hey, I can do more over here than I can do up here. That's Jake's mind frame a lot of times, man. Right? It's easy to be in these other religions, and Jake gotta stop being damn lazy, man. Spiritually. Right? And have a backbone, man. It's okay. It's okay to not hate your brother. You understand? It's okay to not commit adultery, man. It's okay to not be a fornicator. It's okay to keep the Sabbath day. It's okay to keep the feast days. You understand? It's okay to grow your beard out as a man. It's okay to wear a woman as a dress. It's okay. It's okay. But people, they don't look at it like that. They look at it burden and put a burden on themselves. Right? When they see these things, instead of looking at it as, damn, this is my heritage. That's why I say that so much. It's not just about what you can and can't do. It's about who you are as a person.
Alright.
Because when you take that away, you take your heritage away. And that's why our people are lawless and don't know who they are. Why? Because the law was taken away. Law was taken away. You take that away, Jake, that's the reason we're in the position we're in right now. It's because our people did what? They went away from the law that was given to them.
Right.
So what do our people got to go back and do? Our people got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. We already read that it was perfect, that it's just as good, man. The law of the Lord is perfect. Doing what? Converting the souls, man. Right? And this is something that gotta last forever. Why does it gotta last forever? Because that's who we are. It's our heritage. Right? Give me that in the book of give me that in 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 37. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and 37.
2nd Ezra 9 verse 37, and it reads thus.
Bring it out.
Notwithstanding, the law perish not.
You said what?
The law perish not.
Notwithstanding, the law perish not. Read.
But remain in its force.
But remain in its force, man. So the law perisheth not, man. The only reason it perishes is because Jake and Eve, you make it perish, man. When you cast it behind you. That's why.
Right.
That's why, because you make it perish. Then you complain because you say the Lord not hearing your prayers. or it feel like the Lord not hearing your prayers. What's going on, brother? Take a flyer. It's just a YouTube channel going into our history. What's your nationality? Ah, okay. You still God's chosen people, brother. Still the Israelites, brother. All right. Fly white moved here. All right. Oh, yeah. You gonna walk down a 3 mile, 3 blocks of Israelites damn kidding. All right.
Verse 31, it says, "For behold, I set my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you."
It shall what?
It shall bring fruit in
He
you.
said, I sold my law in you. Meaning what? I gave my law unto you, man. This was for you. This is for you. Right? He didn't even tell you that. Go to Deuteronomy. Right? Go to Deuteronomy chapter, I believe I'm on 4. Deuteronomy chapter 4, right? And verse 7, right? But keep reading on that. Read that one more time.
It says, "For behold, I set my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you, and ye shall be honored in it forever. But our fathers which received the law kept it not."
They did what?
Kept it not.
See that? They didn't keep it, man. He sold this law unto us and we were supposed to bring forth fruit in it, man. Or with it. But guess what? When we take the law away, guess what? You can't bring forth no fruit, man. What fruit are you going to bring forth? Nothing. All you going to bring forth is thistles. All you going to bring forth is stuff that can't be meat for the Lord, man.
Right.
All you bring forth is the abundance of what we see upon the face of the earth now. That's all it is. The abundance of what we see on the face of the earth now. Which is what? Lying, killing, stealing, destroying, murmuring, backbiting, all manner of wickedness, man. And it's being promoted on a high level. Every single day. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Right? Go ahead.
"And though the fruit of the law did not perish, neither could it, for it was done."
What?
For it was done.
It was done, man. It was done. Right? But Jake, you don't want it though. Eve, you don't want it though. You want to cast it behind you, man. Unfortunately. Right? But you got to come back to it, man. And that's going to be how we get out of this situation that we're in as a people. By you doing what? By you coming back to this law, statutes, and commandments. And most importantly, coming back to what? To the Most High God and His Son, Yahweh Shah, man. That is not. Right? Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, right, you can't complain unto the Lord, man, if you're not trying to the best of your ability to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, believing on Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, man. You can't do it. All you gonna do is complain, but you complaining and you in wickedness still. Right? Give me that in the book of Jeremiah, or go to Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 1. Isaiah 59 and verse 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 1, and it reads thus:
Yeah.
"Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear."
Right? Neither heavy that it cannot hear. Go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 5. Right? Give me Jeremiah chapter 5, and I believe I'm on verse 20. Right? Go ahead.
"But your iniquities have separated between you and your God."
But what?
But your
Your iniquities have separated between you and your God.
But your iniquities, man. What's iniquity? Sin. What's sin? Transgression of the law.
Right.
So if you don't know the law because you're throwing the law behind you, right? Then how can you complain for why the Lord not hearing you? Or why I feel like the Lord not hearing you? You see what I'm saying? These are the things that our people got to get back to, man. Which is what? The law of the Lord and have a faith in Yahweh Shah. What's going on, Kings? We doing all right? Y'all trying to take a flyer for us? This is a YouTube channel going into our history. All right, what's your name, King? Kim? You said Kim? Kim? Oh, what's going on, Kim? What's going on? We doing all right, brother. We just out here trying to talk to our brothers and sisters, man. Right? We try to uplift our people in the last days. Right? Can I leave y'all with something real quick? All right, bet it up. What's your name, King? Hootie? So Cam and Hootie. All praise to the Most High, right? So I want to show you something. I want to kind of ask y'all a question too, right? My first question is real quick. Do y'all care about y'all people as a whole? When I say y'all people, I'm talking about obviously, right? Y'all care about y'all people as a whole? Okay. Right, for sure. Because it's not good enough if I just get my stuff together. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all my brothers. If I got my stuff together, guess what? I want y'all, and vice versa. If y'all got y'all stuff together, y'all should want me to get my stuff together. Right? That's how we build up a what? That's how we build a nation. Right? And if you think about it, we don't really do that as a people for real. That's not to say that there ain't people doing that, but it's done on a much higher level in other nations. That's why other nations got their own what? Their own government, their own army, their own legislation, all these other different stuff. Why? Because they thinking about not only themselves, they thinking about the man next to them.
Right.
They thinking about the man down the street. They thinking about the woman across the street. You understand? So I always like to ask people, I care about y'all people, right? And we're gonna see, right? Another question: what's your nationality? What would be your nationality? Black, African, you know, it's up to y'all. Whatever y'all refer to yourselves as. So African American, Black African American. Okay, cool. Right. Last question, and then I want to show y'all something. Right. Last question. Y'all believe in the Bible? Y'all believe in a higher power? Yeah, you can be honest. I'm not about to say, oh, you need to. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm not doing none of that. So I want you to be honest. I want you to keep it a buck. If this, okay, so y'all both believe in a higher power. Right, and you believe in the Bible, but you got this certain stuff.
I mean, it's a lot of different Bible.
That is true. That's true. Okay, cool. Right, so now that we just got all that laid out, right, we got that foundation, right, I want to answer to each thing that you said, right, and it's going to be quick. I promise it ain't going to be no long time, right. First thing, right, that I want to talk about is your nationality, right. Y'all both told me that y'all was African American, right? Y'all know where that term American came from? It came from a so-called white man. He was an Italian map maker. There was a man named Amerigo Vespucci.
Right.
He mapped out the land of America and then they named it after him.
Right.
Right. So that's Amerigo Vespucci. That's where the word America comes from. What about Africa? Y'all know where that term comes from? Where that name comes from? Right, you know what it is. Okay, cool. Right. So I'm gonna make it quick. The word African comes from Leoscipios Africanus, right? Which is another so-called white man, right? And I know y'all gotta go make it quick for you. I'm an Israelite. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm the tribe that I'm from is the tribe of Judah, right? So I would be referred to as a Judite, right, or an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? So that being said, I just broke down to y'all what African American come from. So when people call themselves African American, they call themselves the last name of two white men.
Right.
Do y'all come from two white men? No, not at all. Right? What about black? Are we black people? Yeah, for sure. All right. What's the color of your jacket? Black, right? What about yours? What's the color of yours? Black. Are y'all the same color as your jacket? Nah. We all different shades of brown. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never seen nobody that black before, you know what I'm saying? Right? But, next thing, do you speak a language black? It don't even make sense, do it? See, what about, can you go to a landmass called black? Can you look on a map, can you go to the airport and be like, I want a ticket to the land of black? So what am I showing? I'm showing y'all there's no heritage in being black.
Right.
It's just a color, and they just start calling us black people. You see what I'm saying? Negroes. They just start calling them. We got off the shit with these Negroes. There's no heritage behind any of these terms that they label upon us. So why do we call ourselves that? We gotta stop. And we gotta go to who we really are, because y'all both believe in a higher power. Right? Y'all believe that y'all sons of God, right? So if y'all have children, what's one of the first things you do when you have a child? You said, huh? Name it. Am I you give your child a name. So if we the children of the Lord, what was the name that he gave to us?
Good question.
He didn't just call us, oh, these are black people. Yeah. Send us in somewhere in Africa. Every nation on the earth has a God-given nationality. That's the point.
Right.
And the point is, we want our people to know who they are, because once you know who you are, that's where you begin to unlock your heritage, what's required of you, and most importantly, what your purpose is. And that's what we want to get to our people. So the point is, I'm going to read this one thing for you. Right there, all right? Deuteronomy 28:68. Let's go.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20 and verse 68.
Bring it out.
Tell me who this sound like. If it sound like the Asian man, say the Asian man. If it sound like the East Indian, say the East Indian. If it sound like the white man, say white man. If it sound like the so-called black people, so-called black people, say black people, right? It's gonna be quick. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
This is Moses, right? This is Moses talking to the Israelites. Okay? Now let's see what he's getting ready to say to the Israelites, right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The word Egypt goes back to the Hebrew word Montezarne, which means bondage, slavery, or captivity. Right? Montezarne in the Hebrew. Alright, now stay there with me. Watch this. Read it one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
What Egypt means? I just told you. What Egypt means? Right, that's how you pronounce it in the Hebrew, but what does it mean? Remember I just told you. That's why I said, huh? That's why I said I gotta stay with it, right? The word Egypt in the Hebrew you say it as Montezarne. The meaning of it means bondage or slavery. That's the meaning of the word. Right. People they know what it is, but a lot of people don't know what the meaning of it is in Hebrew. Right? So let's go back, let's read it one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right. Go ahead. Now we can read.
Again with ships.
What?
With ships.
So Moses told the Israelites that they were going to go into slavery on ships. What people went into slavery on ships? They said, huh? Right. Would you agree with that? Went into slavery on ships. Was it a bunch of nations that went into slavery on ships? Right. Well, technically the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? But we the ones that went into slavery on ships. So what's the point? The point is, so far, it got to be talking about who? We got to be talking about us. Got to, so far, right? Guess what? We read the Holy Bible though. They not teaching this in the churches though. You ain't never heard this in church, right? So what's the point? What am I saying? This is Moses telling the Israelites that they was going to go into slavery on ships.
Right.
Why was he telling them that? Because he told them if you don't obey God's commandments, there's going to be repercussions. Just like if y'all ever have kids. If you have a kid or when y'all was children and you did something Mom Dukes or Pops told you not to do, what happened? You got punished. Guess what? The Lord told us to keep the commandments. As a nation of people, thousands of years ago, we didn't. So now we at the bottom of the slope. We at the bottom. So what do we got to do in order to get back to that? How do we get back to our kingly estate? Because y'all know y'all kings already, right? But do it feel like we kings though in America? If the police come over here right now and say, everybody get on the ground, what we gonna do? Get on the ground. That ain't feeling like a king. You feel what I'm saying? So how do we get out of that? The answer is you gotta keep the commandments.
Right.
But it starts with y'all knowing who y'all are. Right? We just read that Moses was talking to who? Who did that? Do you remember what I told you? Huh? Right, but when he fallen, because remember, was there African Americans back then? You said, huh? Yeah, I broke that down to y'all. I said, what it means is slave bondage and slavery, right? But who is he talking to? He's talking to us, but what did he call us? I got the answer for you right here, then y'all can go, all right?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1.
Bring it out.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses
To make with the children of Israel.
You hear that? Watch this. Right, so if Moses was making these words with the children of Israel, he told the Israelites that they was going to go into slavery on ships. What would that make us? That's the point.
Right.
That's the point, brother. Because remember, God never called anybody black person. Right, that's the point. Israelite, you know what Israelite means? In the Hebrew, it translates to Yasharallah, which means he prince power, because we are princes of the power, which is the Most High God. Don't that sound way better than call yourself black man? I'm a strong black man. I don't have to say this is a strong Israelite man. Guess what? When I call him an Israelite, I'm calling him strong already. I'm calling him the son of the Most High already. You understand? So we gotta stop referring to ourselves as what? Right. And what else? Right. And what we gotta start calling ourselves? That's
Right.
That's the point, dude. That's the point. That's the whole point. That's all I want to tell y'all brothers, man. All right. So on there, it's a YouTube channel. All right, we got over 4,000 subscribers on there, man. Subscribe, like, comment, right? And hey, just check it out.
It's on the flyer. You gotta scan it.
This ain't a religion. This ain't about church. This is y'all heritage. This is about who y'all are. You see what I'm saying? So y'all put, you said, huh?
You scan the other side.
All praise to the Most High. So y'all better be safe while y'all down here, all right? You said, huh? You can in there in the spirit.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all niggas, man.
For sure. What's your national? What God called you before you leave?
Go to Indiana. Go to Indiana.
All right, hold on. He ain't hear you. No.
Indiana, that's us.
You gotta tell your brother who he is, man. Yeah, that's right, man. You're a God and a king on the earth, brother, all right? You gotta remember that, King. Most definitely. Be safe while y'all down here, man. All praise to the Most High. All praise. Right, go to the book of Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 5. Right, give me Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 5, man. And that's the only reason why we come down here, man. Why we come down here for our brothers. What's going on, brother? What's your nationality? What? You believe in God? You think God called us black people? Yeah. Like, I'm asking you all serious stuff. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, what you think? I want to know your opinion. Yeah, for sure.
Where is it being recorded to?
YouTube.
You got a YouTube channel.
Is this live?
You said what?
Is this live right now?
I'm not sure. Is it live? You don't want to be on camera?
Hold on. So ask the question again. I had to come correct.
Oh.
So ask the question again. My bad. For real.
Shake.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I feel you, man. I feel you. So my first question was, what's your nationality?
I'm black.
Black, okay.
African American.
Okay, African American. Okay, cool. You believe in a higher power, right?
Sure, 100%.
Okay, cool. So my next question is, right, do you think that the higher power called us African Americans or called us black people?
I think that the higher power. I think when a higher power was present, there wasn't any like labels on people. I feel like every person was a person, and not like African American or Caucasian or like every person was just a person. So to answer the question, no, I don't think he goes African American or black. I thought we were just people.
Okay, just people?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're partially right? Because you answered the question. You said, no, I don't think he called us African Americans or black, which is correct.
Right.
He didn't call us any of those things. But when it comes to an ethnicity or a nationality, we all descend from somebody.
Right.
Hence how nations are created and formed. Right? Even when the Lord, right, go to that in the book of Genesis. I want to show you something real fast. Right, go to the book of Genesis chapter 5.
Genesis 5 and verse number 2.
Bring it out.
It reads thus, male and female created he them. Verse 1. And this is the book of the generation of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him.
I said in the day that God created man, talking about mankind, right? Read.
Male and female created he them. And blessed them. They called their name. They called their name Adam.
Right, so the Lord did give names, right? As in, this is the Adamites, and so on and so forth. So yeah, the Lord gave us a name. Obviously, throughout the process of time, you have nations that are created based off of the bloodline, right? So like I said, you was partially correct, right? It's not like you was wrong, right? So the reason I ask people that is because I say, okay, people call us African American and black. Well, I've never seen nobody the color actually black before.
Right.
And I've never seen somebody that descended from two white men before. Because that's where the term African American comes from. Bios Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci. two white men. So when we call ourselves African American, we call ourselves the last name of two white men.
Right.
So and that's not who we descend from. So we're not either of those terms.
So what would you say we are?
What I say that we are, right? Go to the book of yep, is that right? Is that Isaiah? Yep. Go ahead and bring this up.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44, and verse 5.
Bring it out.
One shall say, I'm the Lord, and another shall call.
No. I don't start at go to 44. I mean 45. 45 from 40. We're gonna hold that one.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 4.
Bring it out.
For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect.
Watch this. What's our nationality, brothers? You said what? That's right.
There you go. There you go.
Brother wanted to know. Right, you see that? And them brothers just learned earlier. Yeah. Right, so we believe we the Israelites. Right? Go ahead and bring this up. No, finish that one, my friend.
You got a flyer.
It's on the flyer. We're gonna give you a flyer that's on there. You gotta go.
I'm gonna listen to a couple more questions.
Okay. I'm just gonna make it quick for you. I got you. I'm gonna speed it up. Right, go ahead, bring this up.
For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect. I have even called them by thy name.
It said, I have even called thee by thy name. Right, showing you again back to the original topic, right, how the Lord gave names to people as a nation. So he said, I have even called thee by thy name. Read.
I have surnamed thee.
He said, I surnamed you. Right? Read.
Though thou hast not known me.
He said, though thou hast not known me. Right? So our people don't really know the Lord. Right? They say they know the Lord, but our people really don't know for real. You understand? Like, I love you, but I don't know you like that. But I love you though. Right? Our people love, I'm pretty sure our people love the Lord. Right? But they don't really know the Lord though.
Right.
They don't know the name of the Lord. Right? They don't know what the Lord likes. They don't know what the Lord don't like. They don't know they don't know these different things. Because our people are taught the scriptures through the precepts of men instead of the precepts that come from the actual scriptures itself. So, now that we got that established, right, obviously the Lord gave names to people, right, as the nations. You just asked earlier, what do I think we are? The brothers let you know, right, we're the Israelites. Now, I'm about to show you how we know we're the Israelites. So we're not just telling you that, and, right, we like to prove it, right? Go to the book of Isaiah chapter 50. Verse 1. Oh, give me 51 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 51 and verse number 1.
Bring it out.
And it reads thus. And it reads thus. So Isaiah 52 verse 1.
Bring it out.
It says, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion.
Zion is another name for Israel, or Jerusalem, technically. Right? But it said, awake and put on thy strength. Our people got to wake up and put on their strength. What's our strength? The Lord and the commandments.
Right.
Right? Without those things, we get put in that state in which we in now. We're the greatest people on the earth, but we're at the bottom of society.
Right.
Right? Because why? We've been distanced away from our strength. Right? But hold on, read on.
It says, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Take thyself from the dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck.
Uncircumcised is two meanings. You have literal circumcision and uncircumcision, and then you have spiritual, meaning being circumcised in heart, meaning you keep the commandments to the best of your ability. You love the Lord, you walk in the ways of the Lord. And then you have the uncircumcised, which are people that don't know the Lord, don't care, they do what they do, so on and so forth. Same thing you read in Jeremiah 4 and 4. Right? That's all we're talking about.
Okay, I thought I was getting,
No.
I'm like,
No. We don't.
Loose thyself from thy bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion.
Right? It said, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, meaning we in captivity, read.
For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught.
What?
Ye have sold yourselves for naught.
We sold ourselves. Now, when it says we sold ourselves, that's not saying we went to the people and we sold ourselves. Or you, my brother, so I'm going to sell you and sell. That's not what it's talking about. You ever heard your mom say, you did this to yourself?
Yeah.
Right? Or your pop say, you did this to yourself while you whooped me.
For yourself.
Yeah. You like, dang, I did this. I can't be mad at nobody.
You know what's going to happen.
Right, right, exactly. That's what it means when it says that. You see what I'm saying? Right, go to 50 and 1. Watch this.
Isaiah 50 verse 1.
Bring it out.
Thus said the Lord, where is the bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I have put away? Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquities have you sold yourself.
See that? It said, for your iniquities have you sold yourself. Iniquity is sin. Sin is transgression of the law. Right. So it says, hey, for your iniquities, he has sold yourself. Read. Right.
For your transgressions is your mother's put away. Wherefore, when I come, where was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer?
Right, Peter, what? The Lord is saying that I call for my people. Ain't nobody answer. Ain't nobody turns to me. Right? I witness to my people. Nobody cares. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord is showing us these things that we did unto him. One more real fast on this topic. Right? Go to the book of Zechariah chapter 7, verse 9. Right? So the Lord told us things to do. And if we didn't do it, then we had things that came with it, repercussions. Right?
Book of Zechariah, chapter 7 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, execute true judgment, and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother.
Right? It says, show mercy and compassion every man to his brother. Read.
And oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, nor the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart.
Right? It says, no, don't imagine evil in your heart against your brother. Obviously, it's a lot of that going on, unfortunately. Right? Even in rap songs. All that is people imagining evil towards their brother. Not every song, but a lot of them. And they imagine it, and then they put it on the song, and I guess what? Everybody sings it. Right? Yeah. Read.
But they refuse to hearken.
What the Lord say the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans did?
But they refuse to hearken.
It said, hearken means to listen.
Right.
It said they refused to listen. They refused to hearken. Read.
And pulled away the shoulder.
See, that said it pulled away the shoulder. The pops put his hand on his shoulder and he go like this. Lord said that's what we did to him.
So I have to ask one question.
Yeah.
So are you guys only stopping black people?
You said what?
Are you guys only stopping on African Americans?
No.
Okay.
We're stopping blacks and we're stopping everybody on this song. It's a lot of people on that song.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So, because we got to think, we got to understand.
Okay. I gotta make sure you represent the nice people too.
Yeah, they're the same as us. We the same people. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You see what I'm saying? We all at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? They was in slavery just like we was.
Yeah.
Right? Getting hung just like we was. So yeah, we the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we the ones that gotta get ourselves together. We the ones that need uplifting. The other nations don't need uplifting. They got all their stuff already. So that's why we got to focus on our people, which is the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, so we can get to the United States. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to finish this for you real quick, all right? We appreciate you for stopping by, King, for sure. It's all love.
But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Yeah, they made their hearts as a adamant stone.
Right? What does it mean to make your heart as an adamant stone? So your heart is your mind. Right? So he's saying that they make their hearts as an adamant stone, meaning what? Hard-headed. Right there in the Bible. Read.
Least they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts hath sent in his spirit by the former prophets.
At least they should hear the law and the word. Meaning they made their heart as an adamant stone, at least they should hear the law. Right? And our people don't want to hear the law.
Right.
Right? Our people don't want to know who they are. Right? So, brother, point is, right? Everything that I read, everything that brothers read up here, right? Who does it sound like? Hard-headed, pulled away the shoulder, don't want to listen, right? You don't. No. I'm saying, what we read, what the things that we read, what people does it sound like? Do it sound like the other nation? Do it sound like our people? Who it sound like? We don't want right. That's why earlier when we was talking about the Jesus, right? Imagining evil towards your brothers, all these different stuff, making your heart, which is your mind, an Adam and stone, being hard-headed, pulling away the shoulder, not wanting to listen, but do your own thing, right? Unfortunately, that's our people. You understand? And we read about these things all throughout the scriptures, and it resonates with who? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Oh yeah, we been focusing from that all day. Yeah, and the brother being his brother keeper, man. Right. So the point is, right? Well, when we for all, we for our people, all our people, for sure, right? But the point is, King, you God's chosen people. That's the point, right? You God's chosen people. You would be an Israelite, right? Would you be a so-called? Was your father, my bad, be a so-called African American according to society? Would they label him African American? So, brother, you would be an Israelite from the foundation. Right? That's your God-given nationality. That's what the Lord referred to your people as, our people as. You understand? Because I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah as well. Right? So, and that's the same tribe that Christ is from.
So, someone asked me,
Oh, yeah, I'm an Israelite. From the tribe of Judah. Yeah. I'm not going to go around here proclaiming to be something I'm not. You know what I mean? Or I'm damn sure not going to be around here proclaiming something that my oppressors gave to me either.
Right.
It's like if you got a choice, I'm going to go by what the Most High God called me, or I'm going to go by what my oppressors called me. Because my oppressors called us black people. Right? All these other terms that you can come up with. Right? But the Father said, no. That's my chosen people, they're the Israelites. Right? So that's what we go by, King, all right? It was your, what's your name, King?
Comment on
Nice
this.
to meet you, King. Be safe while you down here, brother, all right? All praise to the Most High. All praise. Love you, King.
what's up?
Right? And that's just what we come up here to do. Oh, yeah, there you go. All praise. Right? And that's what we come up here to do, man. Hey, what's going on, brother? You don't even know who I am, do you? No. Brother, anybody ever tell you look like Dennis Schroeder? Yeah, brother. So Dennis Schroeder, come on up here. Let me picture, and then you can leave. Right after that. All right, all praise to the Most High, all praise. See that? Dennis Schroeder getting the word, man. See that? All right, so all praise to the Most High. I just want to read. What's going on, King? What's your name? Shit, huh? L.A. What's your name, King? Malik. So L.A. and Malik. All right, so I'm gonna read something to y'all real fast. All right, we ain't gonna take up on that time. I just want to show y'all something real quick though. Before I ask y'all this, y'all believe in God? Okay, y'all believe in the Bible? All right, bet. I'm going to show y'all something in the Bible, all right, that's talking about a particular group of people. I want you to tell me who it sounds like, all right? Bring this up. 68, come.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Right, so that word Egypt goes back to the Hebrew word Matzazarian, which means bondage or slavery. All right? Egypt means bondage and slavery, or between two straits, which is an ancient way to say stuck between a rock and a hard place. Is it a good thing to be stuck between a rock and a hard place? Nah, you're uncomfortable, right? All right, so I just got to remember that. Read that one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
What Egypt means? See that? Huh? It's like back in the day. You said, huh? Gold people? Okay. Right, bondage and slavery, you're not wrong, brother. Right, but bondage and slavery, Egypt means bondage and slavery. Remember that, all right? Between two straits, stuck between a rock and a hard place, it's all the same thing. Right, between two straits or bondage and slavery. They're all synonyms. Right, I know what a synonym is, right? All right, all praise. All right, go ahead and read that one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
What Egypt means? All right, there you go. Brother own it now. Brother own it, right? Read.
Again with ships.
Yeah, how?
With ships.
Now, before I explain this, how did we get to America? You said, huh? True, we was kidnapped from Africa, but how did we get here? What road is it? Oh, shit. We just read that in the Bible. This is a regular King James Holy Bible. By default, who does this gotta be talking about? Gotta be. Right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we the ones that went into slavery on ships.
Right.
Right? Am I wrong? Nah, that's a fact. So with that being said, if this is talking about our people, what was the name of the people that Moses is speaking to? We're about to get out an answer right now.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Right? Who did he make that with? The children of who? Right. So he was talking to the children of Israel when he told them that they was going to go into slavery on ships. That happened to our ancestors, right? So wouldn't that make us the same as them? So who are we? Huh? Right. That's the point. That's the whole point. We Israelites, right? Now, when you hear Israelite, what you think about? You think about the people over there, don't you? Okay, you think about Jewish man, right? Look, let's show you something, because people automatically think that, right? Did you know that Israel didn't even become a state or a people until 1948? That's not that long ago.
Right.
Everybody, yo, but that ain't that long. That's not a long time. It's not even 100 years.
Right.
Right? So they just became into this thing. Right? And also, did they ever go into slavery on ships? Nah. They had the Holocaust. Right? But we just read a prophecy that would happen to the Israelites, right? What was that prophecy? What did it say was going to happen? You said, huh? Yeah, right. Exactly. They was going to get shipped into slavery on ships. Right? And we got shipped here. Like the brother said. That never happened to them. So what is that called? That's called being an imposter. That's called identity theft. That's called identity theft.
Right, right.
Because they don't fit the curses and the things that was presented to happen to God's chosen people, the Israelites. Right? I'm going to read y'all one thing real fast. This is one thing in the New Testament. Right? I'm going to read y'all what Christ said out of his own mouth. Right? Because too many of our people think about that over there. Right? And then I'm going to let y'all go. I know y'all about to go. Real fast. No, Revelation chapter, oh my bad. Revelation chapter 1 or 2 and 9.
Revelation, it's the book of Revelation. Chapter 2 and verse 9, and it reads thus.
Bring it out.
I know they work in tribulation, in poverty.
This is Christ speaking right now. Alright? Read.
But thou art rich.
But thou art rich. Right? He's talking to the Israelites right now. He said, I know thy tribulation and thy poverty. Right? Haven't we been through tribulation and poverty in our ancestors? Good. Right? As a nation of people, we've gone through a lot of tribulation and poverty. Right? But he said, but thou art rich. He's not talking about money, he's talking about our spirit. Because of who we are as a people. Read.
I know the blasphemy of them which say that are Jews.
Anybody know what blasphemy means? You said, huh? Blasphemy is a great lie.
Right.
Right? A horrendous lie. A giant lie. Right? Read.
It are not.
Huh?
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
I know the blasphemy meaning the lie of them that say they are Jews. Read.
It are not.
And are not. Read.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Even Christ told you that it would be people who claim to be Jews and are not.
Right.
And we have our own landmass over there that's being trodden down by people who not the real Jews. But guess what? If I asked y'all where y'all homeland was, what would y'all tell me? We're at in Africa. Exactly. That's the point. Everybody know where their homeland is except who? Us. That's because our homeland right now is being occupied. You understand? Your identity. We the only people that call ourselves the two names of two different continents. African American, or the color out of the crayon box. We say black people, right? Black, we can't speak the language black. We can't go to a land that's called black or none of that, right? But all in all, y'all got a flyer, right? You got your flyers. I know y'all be on YouTube, right? Y'all be on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel on there, over 4,000 subscribers, right? Subscribe to the link, watch the video. It's about learning about who y'all are as a people. Because y'all are greater than black people. Right? Black is the color of this nice Nike tape, man. right? But is he the color of your? He's dark, right? We know he's dark, right? But is he the color of your jacket, brother? Nah, brother. Are you the color of that? Nah, brother. You ain't black, right? I give y'all $20 right now. You speak the language black. It's $20. Ain't none. So why are we black people? We're not black people. That's
Right.
something that they told you was.
Right.
So you want to keep going based off of what your oppressors called you, or you want to go about based off of what God called you? Right, what God called you. Say, son, yeah, you a son, right? You got a dad, right? He don't walk around calling you son all day. He call you by your name, right? What's your name? Malik. He call you Malik. What's the name that God gives us? Huh? No, as the people, as a nation of people. We the same people. You remember? That's right, the brother got it, man. It's Israel. We the Israelites, man. Y'all the Israelites. Y'all God's chosen people, man. Right? That's why if you turn on ESPN, right, all you're gonna see is our people hooping on people.
Right.
Right? Don't let Jokic get it twisted, man. Right? Jokic come around like every 50 years. Right? Alright, so brothers, y'all God's chosen people, y'all the Israelites, alright? Y'all be safe while y'all down here, man. Alright, what's your nationality, though? What God call you?
That's right.
Alright, get the shooter, man. Alright, get the shooter off the set.
And Blake Griffin.
Right?
Yeah.
Get the shooter and Blake Griffin. Right? Or Michael Porter Jr. Right? Michael Porter Jr., man. Right? So all praise to the Most High God. Right? And our people got to realize, this is the greatest thing somebody could ever learn. Right? M plus MC squared, right? I don't care about that, man. Right? There's nothing greater than learning who I am according to the Most High God, searching out the scriptures and continuing to learn and get fed through the scriptures, man.
Right.
Ain't nothing else better than that. There's no better feeling than when the Lord show you something in the Bible. You sitting there, you studying, and then the Spirit reveals something unto you, man. Right? Or you find that new precept, man. Right? You feel good. Brother can't wait to bring it out, man. Brother be waiting for a certain situation to happen just so he can bring it out, and it makes sense. Mother might bring it out and don't even make it. It ain't even the time. You just want to bring it out. Yeah, you just want to bring it out. Right? Hey, those the situation ain't even happen. Right? Kind of just throw it in there. You feel me? And then say, oh my bad, not that one, not that one. Yeah. Right, but all praise to the Most High God, right? Give me the book of Judah. The book of Judah chapter 8 and verse 24. All right, give me the book of Judah chapter 8 verse 24.
It's the book of Judah. It's the book of Judah. Chapter 8, verse number 24, and reads thus.
Bring it on.
Now therefore, oh brothers, let us show an example.
Let us show an example
to our brothers.
to our brothers.
To our brothers. Because the hearts depend upon us. Because what?
Because the hearts depend upon us.
In the sanctuary, in the house, in the altar, rest upon us.
It rests upon who?
Rest upon us.
Hey, man, it rests upon us, man. And that's why we got to come out here week in and week out and teach the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who they are, and to come back to the Most High God, man, so that we can get up out of here and these problems can keep happening rapidly. With that, come yourself.
Kwame Asala.
Come yourself.
Kwame Asala.
Come yourself.
Kwame Asala.